From Hewan's portrayal giving rise to one of the biggest TV fandoms of all time, to what the future holds for the actor after the show ultimately comes to an end, here's why you cannot miss Sam Heughan in Outlander Season 7. As the release date for the 7th season of the hit star show draws closer, the one thing that fans are looking forward to is the return of Sam Heughan as Jamie Fraser, the man we all want but can't have. It's safe to say the actor has people hooked to the show like no one else. Why? Well, putting aside his gorgeous looks and the ability to steal the show every time he's on screen, it also has to do with the fact that Jamie Fraser is quite literally the highlight of Outlander for tons of people out there. Through his brilliant portrayal of an 18th century Scotsman, Heughan has created quite the fandom for himself. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, his fans call themselves Heughan's Hooligans. Get it? And if you think this is another case of 14-year-old girls gone wild over a handsome man, you are so wrong. Heughan's fandom is primarily made up of women who are usually middle-aged or older, and have pretty much fallen in love with the man that is Jamie Fraser. And honestly, I don't even blame them. I mean, if you really think about it, Jamie is a romance hero for the ages. The kind that we completely stopped seeing on our screens until the premiere of Outlander. He's rugged and tough around the edges, but just the right amount of emotionally sensitive, strong, and self-sacrificing. Not to mention the fact that in many episodes, fans get to see him flaunt his abs and other rather well-maintained parts of his body. And Sam Heughan gets full credit for just how good he makes the character look. Now, I agree that Jamie isn't the most complex character in the show, but that's exactly what draws the fans to him. Because at the end of the day, he's there to take responsibility for things and people. He's the one who makes sure things are in order, responding to things with logic. Not to mention his deep sense of honor that practically wounds his soul whenever he even thinks of doing something reprehensible. And of course, his love for Claire is just the icing on top of this already delicious cake. Now, because the fans love Heughan so much, it's no surprise that everyone wants to know what lies ahead for his character in Season 7. But before talking about that, let's throw it back to Season 6, shall we? I mean, what in the world was that cliffhanger? The Season 6 finale pretty much opened a brand new world of questions. With Claire's fate up in the air as Brown captures Claire and leads her to her imminent death after she's accused of murdering Tom Christie's daughter, her beloved husband is nowhere to be seen. Why? Because Brown's men are planning on putting him on a boat to Scotland. Thankfully, though, he's saved from deportation just in time, and is now on his way to save Claire with Ian's help. With the two lovebirds left separated and their fates hanging in the air, the Season 7 premiere promises to be a banger. Now, those of you who have read the books would know that Season 7 will follow the book and echo in the bone from the Outlander series. And what does that mean for Jamie? Well, Heughan's character, along with Katrina Balfe's Claire, will be left to navigate yet another war. The American Revolutionary War, to be specific. And the question that's on everyone's mind is, will the couple make it back to their home? Or will circumstances finally tear them apart? I guess we'll have to wait and find out. But Jamie's future wasn't the only thing up in the air after that explosive finale. Fans were also worried about Heughan's time on the show, especially with all the rumors about Outlander coming to an end after a decade of being on the air. And the fact that the act is all set to star in a brand new show on Starz. And well, I hate to break it to you folks, the news might just be true. But don't worry, because we have 2 whole seasons to look forward to right now. That's right, with the release date for Season 7 drawing closer, Heughan has also cleared any doubts about him leaving the show before bringing Jamie's story to a close. The actor recently shared a post on Instagram announcing that the filming for the 8th and final season of the show had come to an end after a whole year. So, For those of you who are thinking that Jamie's character might be done after Season 7, you'll be happy to know that he is very much a main character in the final season. According to Hewan, he's over the moon to have had the opportunity to bring this epic story to a close. And I'm sure he's relieved that the whole thing is finally over. Why? Well, because the actor had to keep the ending a secret from his on-screen wife for a whole year. That is, if the showrunners decide to follow the books down to a T. See, Diana Gabaldon, the writer of the Outlander books, emailed Sam the last few pages of the final book in the series. And that too, in the first few weeks of shooting Season 6. Imagine having to keep something like that from pretty much everyone on the set. According to Hewan, he was sworn to secrecy by the author. So there was really nothing he could do about it. But something tells me that if Gabaldon chose to reveal the ending to Hewan, the final few pages of the book must have something to do with Jamie's character. And honestly, I really can't wait to see how his story ends. If the author's word is anything to go by though, the last book will have a happy ending. So I only hope that the show goes down the same route. But with all this talk of the show ending, can we get back to Hewan's brand new show with stars? Because it's nothing like you've ever seen him do before. I mean, I get it. It's gonna be hard for the fans to think of Hewan as someone other than Jamie. But all good things come to an end.
Every good story has to come to an end.
They always do.
And if the actor is ready to move on to new things, the fans need to be on board. As far as his new show goes, it's called The Couple Next Door. And don't be fooled, because Hewan is not here to play the lover boy anymore. The show is a deliciously dark psychological drama that will follow the actor as he plays the role of an alpha traffic cop who gets involved with his new next-door neighbor, played by Eleanor Tomlinson. And well, if Hewan and Tomlinson's chemistry is anything like the one between the actor and his Outlander co-star Katrina, then sign me up! But considering the fact that these two have shared the longest-running romance on TV, something tells me that it's not going to be easy for anyone to match up to them. And while fans are definitely going to miss Jamie and Claire's wild adventures, at least we have the prequel to look forward to. Oh, and trust me, you're gonna want to tune in for this one, since the story is going to revolve around Jamie's parents, Ellen McKinsey and Brian Fraser, and their love story. Who knows, we might just get to witness TV's next big couple after Jamie and Claire. So, while Hewan isn't a part of the prequel, at least we'll have some kind of connection to Jamie as we follow his parents' lives. Even Hewan has gone on the record to talk about how the show might just show us glimpses of a young Jamie. And honestly, I'm happy with that. As far as the details go, the prequel has an official title now. It'll be called Outlander: Blood of My Blood. Yeah, sounds pretty intense, right? For those of you who missed the reference, the title is a nod to Jamie's marriage vow to Claire. Not just that, plenty of characters from the original show are rumored to make appearances in the prequel, which means that we have no reason to say goodbye to the world of Outlander after all. Of course, Matthew B. Roberts is coming back to write and executive produce the prequel, along with Ronald D. Moore and Meryl Davis. The news of the prequel has only made it clear to the fans that there is a lot more to come in the Outlander universe. Not to mention, Sam has his own adventures to share with the world. It looks like the actor is just full of surprises at this point, because right at the brink of the Season 7 premiere, he recently went live on Instagram, along with his fellow cast member and Men in Kilts co-star Graham McTavish, to announce the upcoming release of their newest book, titled Clanlands in New Zealand: Kilts, Kiwis, and an Adventure Down Under. Now, for those of you who don't know, the book is part of a series that Sam co-authors with McTavish, giving the world a glimpse into their travels all over Scotland. And with this new book, other parts of the world. So, from what the future holds for the actor after the show comes to an end, to making women all over the world go crazy for Jamie Fraser, that was why you cannot miss Sam Hewan in Outlander Season 7.